Yes, people, and welcome back to another video on the YouTube channel where we bring you all things Chelsea. I'm your host with the most, the Bridge T58, here today to give you the preview for Chelsea versus Brentford, 12:30 on Saturday, nice and early as they say. Here we go. So, let's discuss it from the Brentford side, as I always do, which is the opposition side of the game we're going to be facing on Saturday. And they obviously won previously 3-0 against Burnley. Burnley also had a red card, so maybe that may have played a factor in it. Watching the game, they were a bit more deadly up front. Obviously, the front men are going to be Mbeumo and Wissa. Those two are the two they've been predominantly playing up front. Obviously, Mbeumo has been a mainstay there for the last 3 years they've been in the league. And Wissa has been a backup to Tony for the time that he's been there. So that's probably what we're going to be probably seeing in terms of the front two that's going to be attacking us. Now, in regards to their sort of league performances, they've lost 3 out of their last 5 games. So they've only just won their game recently. So clearly, it's a good thing they've won a game before they've come to Chelsea, because of the fact that, they've clearly won a game. Now they can lose a game, if you know what I mean. You don't want guys being on a losing streak and, trying to come in there with like a, an ability to want to win that game and want to fight for that win. You want them to be coming back up for a win. They've got a bit of confidence. Chelsea got a lot of confidence there. We should be able to kick their confidence down a bit. Especially when you've got somewhat confident players. It usually leads to them to be tend to be a bit more overconfident than usual. So that's why for me, in my opinion, it's a great time to be facing someone like a Brentford, in my personal opinion. Now, going into it, the type of football they play. They're very strong defensively. They've got a good midfield. Obviously they've got Jensen. We've got others in there as well. Obviously, they're missing Rico Lewis, who was one of their fullbacks. I think, if I'm not mistaken, their right back, if I'm not mistaken. Very good player, very fast. Sadly, he's out for the season, so they've got another replacement for him. But, that's someone you can really be targeting as well. Obviously, they've got a new goalkeeper. Again, that's somewhere where you can target too if you're a Chelsea Football Club. And in regards to it in general, from a Brentford perspective, this is a club that, is a usual mid-table club, but, they're not doing so well currently. And now's the time, if you're a Chelsea Football Club, where you have to be bang, you know what I'm saying? You need to come in there and you need to come in and attack there and get that win. And, speaking about it from the Chelsea perspective, if I may, going into this, obviously, we just had a tough draw against Arsenal Football Club. I wasn't happy about that. I know many of the Chelsea fans were happy about that. The players have spoken about the fact that, they've not been too pleased with the fact that they basically bowled the lead and the possible win of the game when it comes down to it. So this is a game where they come into it, having a purpose, having a sort of school of thought of which they have to win this game. So no matter what game, where you have to win it, you have to really show, you fully turned that corner, that, the gears are clicking, Pochettino's got them cooking finally. Find out the style of play that works, etc., etc. Let's see that happen, man. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's see that happen. Let's see the team put that in place for us to be able to be as good as possible, to be able to be as efficient as possible, and to win the game. It's really as simple as that. Now, in regards to changes that may or may not happen, now it depends really. The formation that we played, sorry, not formation, the plays that we played against Arsenal were pretty much good, I would say. Do you want to maybe bring back Jackson as the striker? Possibly. If that's the case again, you're going to have to probably drop one of Mudryk or Palmer again. And I feel like both of those guys, both scored in the previous game, have been, Palmer in particular has been a great creator in games as of recently. Mudryk as well, we've known that he's been trying to create, been doing quite well. Obviously been getting goals too now in the fray, 2 goals in his last 3 games, if I'm to be exact. So clearly there's something going on there. I'm pretty sure you don't want to lose him there. You obviously got Sterling, who's been playing very well, been probably been the best that he's been at Chelsea so far in his 2 seasons at the football club too. Do you want to do that? I know that Jackson, obviously, he's got his goal against Burnley. Obviously he's coming back from injury. He had a few minutes, obviously, against Arsenal. You want to bring him back. Obviously, he's been a mainstay. You don't want to, maybe, from a Pochettino perspective, you don't want him to lose confidence and maybe hold him down on the bench. That might be an option there too. Obviously, Broha's back, but again, I think Broha, you're more than likely to be expecting him to be coming back for, those late minutes, the 60 minutes, 70 minutes onwards. If we're winning the game, you expect him to see him coming on, in my personal opinion. So there's nothing that much there that changes in regards to him, but it'll be interesting to see. So whether or not Jackson plays. But you got to pick from the four. And honestly, for me right now, it's crazy to be saying this, but the striker might be the one that needs to hold bench. Crazy for me to be saying that, of course. But we'll see what happens. Maybe you might be just a tactic that he's used for one game, and he brings back Jackson, and then maybe you say drop maybe Sterling, maybe, and then you have Mudryk, and then you have Cole Palmer, and you go for a bit more of a youthful attack going forward. That might be an option there too. I'm pretty sure pretty sure everyone here, and I agree, the midfield's not going to change. I think the midfield's going to probably be stable unless we find out somehow miraculously later on today from the Pochettino interview that Gallagher or Enzo or Caicedo has got a knock or injury. Then that is not changing at all in my opinion. Now in regards to the back four, I think Gusto is automatically a lock in my opinion. Levi Cole is also a lock in my opinion. Now, this is the final question that I've got now. Cucurella and Silva. Now, what I mean by that is he's continuously playing Silva, so I don't expect him really to necessarily change. But obviously, the Sarsi is back fit now. Bade Show is also back fit, but again, I do not expect Bade Show to play until the Carabao Cup that we have, I believe, either on Tuesday or Wednesday. That's when you're probably going to be seeing Bade Show back, trying to get that match fitness, that match sharpness that he needs. So, Bade Show is not starting this game. I can pretty much guarantee that for sure. Now, in regards to Disasi though, obviously Pochettino's been playing Disasi, Silva, and Levi Cole left back. Does he continue with that formula and say thank you Cucurella for holding it down for against Arsenal, hold bench, and then bring him in after such a good performance that he's had? That's a big question to be asking there. Personally, I don't know if I want to be releasing Cucurella, from that left back position. He's a pure left back. I would rather have a pure left back there and have my guy Levi Cole playing in the left centre back role. Do you maybe say switch Silva for Disasi for this game and give Silva a bit of a break, let Disasi come back in, and then you sort of acquaint that new centre back pairing of Disasi and Levi Cole and see how it goes? Or do you maybe say, okay, Cucurella, hold bench, and then you just bring in back to the old formula, Disasi RCB, Thiago Silva LCB, and then you have Levi Cole left back. Now, obviously, it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. I personally am of the belief that you're probably going to be seeing Cucurella maybe staying. After the performance he's been producing, I think it would be rather harsh of Pochettino to be kicking him out of the team and putting him bench. So I think probably going to be seeing Cucurella, Levi Cole, and then I think, sadly, Thiago Silva will be playing rather than Disasi. Because I would personally prefer Disasi come in now and we start, phasing my guy Thiago Silva out of the team, considering the fact that he's probably not going to be playing next season. As I've said before, now is the right time to be phasing out, particularly against a Brentford side, where, they're gonna provide a good amount of threat, but it's gonna be good for, as they say, trial by fire, you're kind of like baptism by fire, I should say, for the two centre back pairing to start off with. And I think particularly if someone like Disasi, someone 25 years old, has got the experience, has got the age there, I'm expecting him to be able to rise to that occasion anyway. So that is a great opportunity for him to do so, whether we like it or not. So there's that there. Now, in regards to the goalkeeper, he's probably going to give Sanchez another chance. Petrovic ain't playing. He will probably play, I think, against Blackburn again. Now, he's obviously been playing Sanchez in the Blackburn, in the Carabao Cup games. We'll see, of course. But I wouldn't be surprised if you see Petrovic again in the Tuesday, Wednesday fixture. And then he has Sanchez playing regularly in the other ones. So, again, we'll see what happens there. But this is the formation, I said again, that will probably happen. Sanchez, Cucurella, Levi Cole, Thiago Silva, and then Gusto. That's your back four. Normal three: Caicedo, Enzo, Gallagher. Then you have obviously the three, in my opinion, of probably what will happen: Mudryk, Cole Palmer, and then you have Sterling. That's probably what we're going to be seeing happen, in my opinion. I don't know if he's going to give Jackson that chance. He may do that. If that's the case, I'm a bit confused on what happens there, personally. But I would not want to be the guy that's choosing, personally. So I hold my hands up on that one, boys. You know what I'm saying? I don't wanna be doing that personally. But if I'm them, and obviously we've been hearing rumors about strikers coming in, and if you don't really have faith in Jackson, then that's probably where you want to be playing. That's the formation you want to be playing at the end of the day. So that's just me personally. Now, in regards to scoreline, I think Chelsea will win this game 2-0 in my opinion. This will be a 2-0 win in my opinion, a good, comfortable game. I think obviously Brentford will provide a bunch of high quality chances that they may, that they will produce going forward. But I think Chelsea will be able to, face up to it and be able to handle that pressure at the end of the day. So hopefully we are able to do that. I believe in the Chelsea. Come on, Chelsea. As I said to you guys before, I think it's going to end 2-0. As I said to you guys before, we'll be doing, of course, the live stream. I've got some neat updates. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the lab like Dexter, as they say. You know what I mean? Nice little rap thing, lyric for you. So you'll be seeing a new nice little thing, maybe here, the lineup and everything beforehand. So hopefully all of that is sorted out by then. But again, I've been your host of the most, the British 258. Dedicate your hearts. See you guys 11:30 a.m. for the Chelsea versus Brentford live stream game reaction. Here we go. Love and guidance. Peace.